Welcome to episode 8 of this 8-part series on holistic well-being for teens. I've been talking about relational well-being, having healthy relationships with the systems around us. And today I'm discussing economy, the economic systems, and the economic well-being of our teens. Let's start by defining economic well-being. Well, economic well-being means we have the ability to get our basic survival needs met. And I'm talking here about the material living conditions in our current times, food, clothing, housing, education, and so on. Now, economic well-being means we have the ability to get the goods and services we need, that we have the resourcefulness to create an acceptable standard of living for ourselves. Now, notice the difference between economic well-being and wealth. Wealth is that we already have money, we already have the resources. Economic well-being means that we have the resourcefulness to make the money, to obtain the resources. We know how to make sustainable income and get assets to help us survive. And we know how to manage the economic resources which are available to us. And I really wanted this difference to be very clear between economic well-being and wealth. Economic well-being is not something that is, let's say, it's not something physical that we can, it's not material, it's the ability for us to get the material. It's the resourcefulness. And why is economic well-being important for our teens in particular? Well, the most obvious reason is that it impacts their physical well-being, because we're talking here about the basic survival needs. And in turn, this impacts their emotional and mental well-being. And economic well-being also has a big impact on their social well-being, because it strengthens their socio-economic responsibility, their involvement in community, and their contribution. And economic well-being also gives them more awareness around their career choices for the future. And I'll explain more about this in a minute. The point I'm trying to make is that we as parents need to be onboarding our teens early on in terms of economic awareness and financial literacy. So how do we do that? Here are my top tips to help you get started. Tip number 1, educate your teens about key economic concepts. Talk to your teens and have those open conversations about economy, about money. Talk with them about, one, the economic resources we have available to support our material living conditions. And here you can also talk here about income, about prosperity, about building wealth. And 2, the second thing to talk about them, with your teens is about managing these resources that we have available to us. So here you can talk about consumer behavior, you can talk about saving, investing, liabilities, you can talk about lifestyle choices. So the key here is to build your teens' financial literacy and understanding of these financial terms and the services that are available. The tip number 2, reframe your own relationship with money. Become aware of this relationship. What do you believe about money and finances and prosperity? Once you get clear on your beliefs, and then you can start to notice how you project your beliefs on your teens. And remember, here we're talking about money beliefs and your beliefs about prosperity and wealth. So are you teaching your teens how to have an empowering relationship with money? Or are you unconsciously projecting on them limiting money stories. You being aware of your money beliefs and you becoming intentional on what you want your teen to believe is important. And tip number 3, teach your teens to have trust in themselves and to have trust in life. Let's start with self-trust. What is critical for self-trust is self-worth. And self-worth is very much tied into economic well-being because it's about your teen having confidence in themselves and knowing that they have something valuable to contribute to the world. And it's also about them having the capacity to receive in return. So that's what money really is. It's an exchange. It's giving and receiving. So your teens need to know that they can trust in themselves, that they do have something valuable to give to others. And in return, they are worthy of receiving. And that's it. Self-worth is about having the confidence to give and to receive in return. And this is very important for your teens early on, because whatever you teach them now about their self-worth and self-trust during the teen years, whatever they learn now, this is what they will carry with them into adulthood. Once they are adults, this is what they'll remember. And I see a lot of people, adults, struggling because of this lack of self-trust and self-worth, which was occurring during the teenage years. And now let's talk about the other part of it. It's about trusting in life, trusting the universe. And what does this mean? Trusting life means that we can return to a deep knowing inside us over and over again. We can return to that deep knowing that we are divinely supported. No matter what the external circumstances look like, no matter what amount of money we have in the bank, no matter what our jobs are looking like at the moment, we are always able to return to that truth inside us, that the universe is and will support us, that we are worthy of the universe providing for us. And this is about showing your teen how to trust in that unseen divine support, and telling them that life will provide for them as long as they meet it halfway. Remember, it's giving and receiving. It's a two-way relationship. You need to give and you need to receive. Your teens need to learn that they need to meet the universe halfway, and in turn, the universe will provide for them. And this trust with life, this trust with the universe, and the trust in themselves, this is what leads to their resilience and to their adaptability. You see, economic well-being really is also about adaptability. And of course, you know where resilience and adaptability can help? In your teen's career journey, in their education as kids, and in their work as adults. Remember at the start, I said that economic well-being impacts your teen's career choices. Well, and an aligned career choice is all about resilience and adaptability. And your teen will need resilience and adaptability in these changing times that we live in. The jobs our kids will have in the future do not exist yet. We are living in such a fast-changing world. Your kids today are the ones who will be making opportunities for themselves in the future. So we as parents, we need to let go of the scarcity thinking around jobs and wealth. And really what we need to focus on is our kids' resilience. Okay, so these were my 3 tips. As a wrap up, when it comes to your teens' economic well-being, 1, educate your teens about key economic concepts. 2, reframe your own relationship with money and be mindful of what you're projecting onto your teens. And 3, teach your teens to have trust in themselves and trust in life. As always, I invite you to pause and to reflect on your top takeaways from this recording and to ask yourself, what small, simple step can you start doing today to improve your teens' economic well-being? And this completes my series on Teens Holistic Wellbeing. Thank you for listening. I'm Nadine, the Teen Soul Coach, and I will see you next time.